Martini Mansion, and I'm here with Nancy, and we were at the Par for the Course in Westfield, Massachusetts. And we actually have a guest, our first guest, our honored guest.
One of our favorite people.
Ever. He is in multiple community theater things with us. Andy, would you like to introduce yourself officially?
Yes. Well, as you say, my name is Andy. Thank you for remembering that. That's always a good, helpful thing. Well, my name is Andy Price, and as you can tell, I'm not actually from around here. No, I'm from, further away than Westfield.
Across the pond.
Across the pond, across the Atlantic, over 3,000 miles. I actually hail from Liverpool, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you were the fifth Beatle. Is that what you're telling us?
Well, I was 3 when they broke us.
Oh, yeah. So you could have been a glimmer in their eye, the fifth Beatle.
Yes.
So
I could have
So
been.
did you move here from?
No, one moment I was in England one moment, right? And then I woke up and oh my word, I'm in America.
so Andy,
I did. No, actually, I did.
Did you move
So how long ago did you move here? How many years ago? Because it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's been it'll be 27 years in November.
Wow! Holy crap! And you do go back and visit
I do
every
probably every 3 or 4 years on average.
okay. To kind of get your fresh biscuits and everything, you know.
Yeah, and
you
to get
stock up.
and to get the accent replenished. You see. Yes, I go back to and I talk to my family in Liverpool, and then I come back like this, like talking like this, like the Beatles do, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so talking about accents, so we're gonna switch to theater now because you were both in Curious Incident.
yes, it was curious.
But I went to see that show and I picked up on, I couldn't believe it because I'm horrible with accents.
Yes.
Which is going to be scary because we have to do an accent in the show that Nancy and I are in. But that you did multiple British accents in that show for the different characters that you did. So the play was officially called what? Curious
Incident
The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I always refer to it as the Curious Incident of the Dog in the Doodah. Just sounds better.
He was actually our coach because we all had to have
A dialect coach, yes.
Which was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's super interesting.
Absolutely.
So we're going to pause for a second and say hi to our awesome waitress because she's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. So like I said, we are at Par for the Course, and of course we're having drinks because
Part of Shortstop, Barnville.
Part of Shortstop. It's literally you walk through Shortstop and it's right here, and they have so many cool stuff here that I assumed it was virtual golf, which I am not even good at, like real golf or real mini golf, but it's amazing. All the stuff that they have. So we're gonna look at it afterwards. But okay, back to the Curious Innocent.
Yes.
So I just have I have ADHD. Sometimes I segue, so don't mind me.
Oh, so do you ever fall off the Segway?
She does occasionally.
Yes. So let's all warn the audience about Andy. First of all, Andy, you've heard of what cut? I don't even know.
Andy has a lot of puns.
He's a pun master.
He's a pun.
He's the pun. He's the guy before you go on stage. He has a pun, and you're thinking about the pun, and then suddenly you forget all your damn lines, and you're going.
You have to go out on stage now.
You have to go out on stage.
It makes me look better though. You forget your lines.
That's what calms you down. I'm always a very nervous Nelly before, I'm pacing behind stage
Me too.
Before I have to go out. And Andy would come for every single time. And he would just have these and I'm just like, what? Like what? And it would make you feel better because then you're like, okay, a little bit more relaxed so that you're not, all freaking out.
Freaking out. So favorite role.
Ever or in Curious Incident?
No, just ever.
Well, my favourite role actually was Colonel Pickering in My Fair Lady.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I knew it.
Because, I like to play that kind of pompousy, Britishy kind of character. Because it's kind of me.
I was going to say.
And I loved him because, partly because, he's one of the lead characters. I normally, haven't been fortunate to have named roles typically. I've been in a few ensembles too. But he's like third billing in the show. And he has 110 lines.
Wow.
He has one song. And so that's perfect. I actually prefer that role than Higgins because Higgins has 1 million songs and 1 million lines. Yeah. Whereas Pickering is just kind of he just does his thing. And I think he's a very likable character. I love playing him, and I took so much time with each of the scenes and getting the accent down. It was.
How many times have you played Pickering?
Just the once. We had
Just once.
it was 5 shows, and it was in 2017, and that was at the Academy of Music.
So I did know that.
Yeah.
I knew that. But I thought you had played. For some reason, I thought you had played it more than one time.
No.
So, but now, so interesting. So you were also in Clue.
Yes.
Recently at XS7 in Ludlow, Mass. And what was your character? It was.
Well, it's interesting, you see, because during COVID, Exit 7, where Clue was performed, which is now my home theatre. During COVID, obviously shows stopped, but once they started to come back, they started to do understudy casts.
Yeah.
So they had an A cast and a B cast, or whatever the director called them. And this was kind of like the tail end of this. So Clue had a main cast, and then the understudies as well. So for 8 of the 9 shows, I played the unexpected cop who shows up unexpectedly. That's why it's called the unexpected cop.
Oh, I know. Isn't that amazing?
It's unexpected.
I know.
But for one show and one show only.
I did it because I saw the movie. So
Well, I didn't see the film, and I played the game when I was young. It was called Cluedo in England.
Cluedo?
Cluedo. Yeah.
Is it
Cluedo?
Yes, because when they brought it over to America, they figured that the Americans would go, "Oh, what Cluedo is," because it's a cross between Clue and Ludo, which you call Parcheesi.
the Parcheesi?
Yeah, but no one has heard of Ludo in America. So everyone over here in America will be going, "Oh, I don't know what Cluedo is." So they decided to call it Clue.
Cheesy then. Yeah, Ludo.
Well, that's what you call our game of Ludo in England.
But
I don't know why.
that's okay.
We're American.
But anyway,
Sorry.
but the important thing is I got to play Colonel Mustard, and he's a character very similar to Pickering, and they're very very much on a par. I acted the heck out of Colonel
Now,
Mustard.
you Ray Poupon or yellow
Mustard.
for Colonel Mustard?
I was kind of like bumbling British kind of like army kind of guy.
I didn't know if you were a little spicy.
Yeah, we are spicy mustard.
Well, I was kind of like really clueless, to be honest. It's like, when they put the glasses up against the door, I'm like this by myself, and you can't see this out in podcast, but I'm putting a glass to my ear.
We can because it's hilarious. So, okay, so I will tell you right now, Andy, the first time I met Andy, we were at Suffield Theater in Suffield, Connecticut. There is no Suffield, Mass. There might
Is
be.
that why it's called Suffield?
Yeah, so we have to go in for our auditions, and in Suffield, they pick a couple people, and you go into the theater. All the other people stay like out in the foyer because for some reason they don't want to know what you're doing. So they have us act as a British couple. Now, I've never met Andy in my life ever. So and remember we have to ballroom dance, and I have to tell you that I'm leaving you. So okay, then we do that.
Still haven't left.
Yes, and so I know I still haven't left. So then we go back out to the foyer where all the other clueless people are that don't know what's going on, and he's still talking in a British accent. So I don't get it. Okay, I don't get it. I'm just like, wow, you're like a method actor, man. I said, you're really into this. You're really into this, huh? So then he starts laughing at me. I'm going, all right, this is my second audition. I said, I don't know if I belong in the theater. These people are weird. Like they're super. Then I realized, oh, I'm the moron. Okay.
And the funny thing about you say, and I started laughing at you. Well, you know what? I've never stopped.
So that's the thing with him. We were. So all three of us, so you and I were in Sweeney Todd together, which was, I got in trouble because I was laughing, and the way that
why were you laughing?
Because you were dancing backstage in that stupid feather mask thing, and I burst out laughing, and the audience apparently heard me. So yay for Krista. Ooh, Krista dumbass. So I got in trouble, but then we were all cast in Wonderful Life.
Well, Andy and I actually did one act.
We did.
Oh yeah,
We did
yeah.
with Lloyd Patterson,
Yes, we did.
and we did Sniff in the Pickup.
Yeah, but what was
it?
the name of the play, though?
Me and my girlfriend at a bar, him and his friend at the bar, and it was really funny.
Yeah,
It was the first show that it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really fun. And then, of course, Curious Incident
Yes.
we did together.
So now what's your next show? Because you just produced.
I produced Cinderella and was house manager for Cinderella.
So you produced Cinderella, so you're her father. So you're really Cinderella's dad.
Yeah,
Prince Charming.
just call me
Wow.
Mr. Cinderella.
Mr. Cinderella
Or king.
starring.
Or he's
Cinderella
the
starring.
king.
You're the king.
He's the king.
So, but no, so your next role coming up is
It's White Christmas.
I know. I'm so excited for that.
It's coming up in December. There's a clue in the name. White Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas, December.
I thought it was in April.
So I think the rehearsals start in September, I think.
No, so we were in Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yeah, which one are you? Are you Arsenic or are you Old Lace?
Arsenic. I'm arsenic because I'm like poison to everybody. I'm
Is
not poison to people.
is Nancy Old Lace?
I'm Old Lace. She's just lace. There's no old lace. But no, so we play bumbling cops, which is going to be hilarious because we're bumbling.
I know.
In real life.
In real life.
Yes.
Shows, do you pick shows? Like, do you look at a show and say, yeah, there's nothing in there?
It's interesting because like it depends where you are in your theatre career. Actually, because I started doing theatre in England in 1992. Actually,
Was it Shakespeare?
No, but I did do Shakespeare as my third show. It was Taming of the Shrew.
I was gonna say if it was Macbeth, well, you can say here.
Yes, because I say in the theatre, the Scottish play.
If anybody doesn't know that, you can't say Macbeth in a theater; it'll close the theater.
Or worse.
Or worse.
Yes. No, it was the third one I did. And then I had a gap when I came over to America, and then I did a couple of shows, 2000, 2001, in the South Shore, just south of Boston. And then I had a 12-year gap while the kids were growing up. Wow.
No.
So anyway, when I first got back into it, it's really addictive. I did Music Man with Black Cat Theatre in 2013. And it was so addicting. I did 4 shows a year for the next couple of years. And basically, any show that came along, oh, yep, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. But no, it's got to the point where when I auditioned for Colonel Pickering, that was the first role in 2017 that I actually wrote down a role rather than I'll be in whatever you want to put me. I wanted to be Pickering and I got cast as Pickering, which is great. So since then, I don't jump up and down and go, oh, I need to be in every show. I do kind of pick and choose a little bit, but sometimes, one of the nice things about being a guy in theatre is
they need you.
They need you. And if you can sing, excellent. And if you can dance, I can't dance, by the way.
Because we've been through this.
Well, you can dance if you want to, but you can leave your friends behind. You know why? Because your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, no friends of mine. But I can't dance.
Okay, as I'm ready to go on stage, all of a sudden he'll say something about curtains, and suddenly there's a song, and I don't even know what the pun is. And I'm thinking about it, and guess what? I forgot my lines. Or worse, we're now in a round robin, and I keep repeating my lines.
It's about curtains, you say? Pull yourself together.
So do you have like a bucket list role?
Yeah, what's your bucket
actually, like I say, I really love Pickering.
I mean, not that someone is doing it right now, but something that you like.
If you
have really
I never grew up with theatre. I grew up in Liverpool, like you say, which is kind of like inner city kind of thing. Yeah. So I didn't really. So I'm not like somebody that knows musicals back and front. And I've been to Broadway once to see an off-Broadway show, so I've never seen a typical Broadway musical. I will go. I want to go sometime. So I don't really know, and I'm not really one that looks out for all the musicals. But Pickering was definitely a favourite of mine, and if I got the chance to play him again, I definitely would. I would love to play Colonel Mustard again in a full.
Oh, so
setting.
not as the under. So I will say, I'm totally impressed by the Exit 7 doing an understudy because people often say. Now I'm not. I like smaller roles. I like smaller lines. I am a person that likes to be on and off.
Yeah, but
I do not like those.
They had to
learn both.
We did.
That's why I'm impressed. I'm totally impressed. Anybody that did the understudy role.
Do you know what I mean? It's
but they do a show that you get to be.
Actually, we're gonna actually move away from doing understudies because understudies, it's a great idea, and during COVID it was very useful, especially for kids shows. But the thing is, you got almost double the costumes. Just think, two of the same character may not have all the same sizings and everything. So you got that issue, and so it gets very logistical. And if you swap this person here, you have to swap into their role and so on.
Might be completely different.
So what we're looking at doing is doing like what Broadway does, which is it's called swing. So you have somebody that knows several of the roles, and they can step in at a moment's notice. So if one of these 4 characters can't do it, that person knows those 4 roles.
Yeah. So okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So you know me, I love the accent. But my question is,
yes,
and I think I've asked you this before.
Tell me, I'll come up with an answer for you. By the way, the answer is 42. What's your
42.
question?
If you were to get angry at let's pretend somebody. No, but
she wants to know like bloody, right? Is that what you want to know? Like, word is
but not bloody. What else is
I would
there?
probably say something like,
Would you wouldn't call him like something? What do you call? I know you've used the word wanker before.
oh, I used the word tosser. It's like, oh, you tosser. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I say, you tosser. You drunk all me tea.
You
That's what I'd
tosser?
say.
So you're a tosser?
Yeah.
So if I called someone a tosser,
By the way,
is that is that like a jerk?
The direct jerk off.
A jerk? Oh, see,
That's
we
the
need a
exact
dictionary.
Oh, and you can say bollocks.
Bollocks.
They've drunk all me
That's a
tea.
great
We've used that.
bollocks.
Yes.
Have we not?
Bollocks is a very
Bollocks.
it's a very onomatopoeic word
No.
because it sounds like what it means.
Yes.
It's
So,
it's a
we
word
just-
of it's a word of
or the several-
gravitas.
I have okay, Nancy and I, and you can't say no because if you say no, we're gonna erase everything. No, that's not true. We had one request for you.
We do.
We
Yeah.
do.
Well,
So
Yes.
our request is, so we are a Martini mansion because we literally bought a mansion and we're having a lot of excavation work done. Not excavation, construction. Construction is a fair word.
that's not where this is going.
No, but
So
so
you're having basically
But
you're saying,
this is a regular.
you're having a lot
ramble.
you're having a lot of erection.
So this is we are.
No, we
Yeah, big. Yes, big. Yes, that's what we like. Okay, carry on.
So what we
We-
were looking to do is
Yes.
we need an intro.
we
for
do
all
and
of our
so we're-
podcasts.
but Martini Mansion is very classy like.
It's like
So
we would
we-
like someone British.
Yeah.
If
Do-
only there was someone around that was from the UK.
Trying to lie.
So
Right?
we
Yes.
need you to come up with some kind of like catchy phrase like, oh, welcome to Martini Mansion where, I don't know, drinks are cold and the
And so are the hosts. Or not really. No. So
Swaggy, stoopsy.
so we would like you to so we would have this like
Yes.
recorded separately.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
And we
Well,
could play it before
well, I
each
know
episode.
that because you're professionals. You've got these things. You've got these things lined up, and in fact, obviously, the in podcast land, you don't know this that the next guest for the third show is actually here,
keeps looming.
and they will be doing their thing. So they're going to record both episodes. So while this mystery person, whose identity I shall not reveal, because that would be bad, I will think. I know I shall dwell. I shall ponder on these things.
I came from my glasses. Where'd they go?
I come from the glasses. When I was at college, I played Velma
She's bleeding.
I'm bleeding.
in a Scooby Doo.
Wow. Even the miniskirt?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I'd like to see
Yeah.
that.
I had a bit of Dutch courage before going on stage.
Did you
What is it? Dutch courage. Is that a
to know about?
Yes.
Or maybe she's already asked. One of the funniest things that's happened to you on stage,
Oh.
or to somebody else on stage,
so
while you're on stage.
very random. We ask all our guests this, by the way. It's very random.
There have been several funny incidents while I've been on stage or in the wings. But the one that you're referring to, it was during Westfield's production of what's it called? Oh, hold on, I got my
Yeah.
Oh, Nice Work If You Can Get It. There we go. Nice Work If You Can Get It. And like it had all been choreographed, and it was all the place. The sofa was placed where it was, and the orchestra was down there. And anyway, what they decided to do this time around was just before the show went up, and
Okay.
you don't normally do this, and this is a classic example of why. They decided to change the direction that one of the cast members who's going to talk to me to go from behind the sofa to in front of the sofa.
Oh.
Well, that's tricky enough, but that's okay. The people that put out the sofa put it 5 feet too far forward on the stage. So
Which in theater, that is a major deal. You are
it's
used
like
to
3
your
foot off the
yeah.
floor.
and you're used to your props and everything being in the same
Yes.
set.
If
So
you're gonna
just
make
for
it-
people that aren't aware of theater.
Yeah, if you're going to make a change, do it in Tech Week, which
Yes.
we call Hell Week
Yes.
for obvious reasons.
So big
So
deal.
anyway, so there's this big thing going on, and so anyway, they have my back to the audience. I'm talking to one of the other. This is part of the show, and I'm supposed to be tapped on the shoulder by the person playing my sister. So it's gone well in rehearsals and stuff, and then so I'm talking away, wait, and I out of the corner of my eye see her coming towards me, and the next thing I know, I'm aware that there's actually nobody behind me anymore. So I look around, and there's the poor girl fallen into the orchestra and knocked in the seat, and his trumpet goes flying. And according to the doctor, he says he was conducting the orchestra. He looks up and he thinks, "Where's Larry?" The trumpet player. And so he vamped. So they all picked a vamp, and vamp is a fancy name for play the same thing over and over and over until we can move on. .org. And so they're moving. So I'm looking down and I'm reaching down trying to pull this poor girl up. And she said, no. I said, no, we have to get you up. It was the final number of Act 1, fortunately. So anyway, we all come off. We finally get her up. Well, she comes on in Act 2 very early on. And the one thing she has to do, the first thing she has to do is dance on the table. So she walks out, she gets a standing ovation from the crowd, which is fantastic because she deserved it.
She did.
So she that there were no injuries, but she was a trooper. She came on and she did a fantastic job dancing on the tables. You know.
So, but if anybody doesn't know the Westfield stage, it is what 4 feet off the ground.
It's 3 or 4 feet.
3 or 4 feet off the ground. This is a
number of feet.
significant drop. And I mean, landing on a trumpet player, you know, I mean,
It was soft.
Larry. Dude, I don't know if I know Larry. So, all right, we're gonna say goodbye.
I know, I'm so excited.
We
to
love
have you
you.
as our very first
I'm
guest.
very guest, and we know you're gonna do a great job with our intro. Just
I know.
totally
This is
a
surprise.
mystery.
While they are talking, I think I'm going to order another drink because I'm out of margarita.
Oh, you have to.
I do.
So again, we're gonna say we're at par 4. We're gonna continue at par 4 because somehow our mystery guest our second mystery guest, she's looming around here somewhere. We got to try to find her. We know that
She is looming. Oh my word! Oh my word! She is looming.
So we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And,
It's been a
we're
pleasure.
so happy you were here with us.
Thanks,
Andy.
Andy.
We love you.